Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Bakar, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone. Peace and salutation to the brothers doing the work of sincerity and truth, the overall elect. The brother that's laboring, waiting for the day for Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai to return so we can get out this place. Peace and salutation to you, brothers, the hopeful elect. Lesson today is going to be about just the spirit got on me, and listen to brothers' videos and things of the nature. How Israel entered or came over here in slave ships or into slavery, but we're gonna leave our style in spaceships. So that's for the elect, So let me get to the first scripture, because as the whole thing started, it was prophesied through Moses. So this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. It says, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the whereof I spake unto thee." Right? Because Moses spoke this and prophesied it to us. Actually, it was spoken from the beginning that we was going to go into slavery, from the beginning. Even from the beginning, kind of. Unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for by men and by women, and no man shall buy you. Right? That's when we put on auction blocks. Sold, children were sold, separated from their families, etc. Through the time that we've been in captivity for the last 400 plus years, Yahweh Shai has had kept his promise, what he was going to do. If you read these curses in Deuteronomy chapter 28, matter of fact, because one from 1 to 14 will be the blessings, and the 15th verse. Let's read the 15th verse. It says, "But it shall come to pass." This is Deuteronomy 28:15. "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." Right? They said, "But it shall come to pass." So this was saying that it was most definitely going to come to pass, that we were not going to hearken to the voice of the Lord our power, to do all his commandments, basically his will that he commanded us to do. That specific day, to spearhead, slavery. I mean, basically said we're going to go into slavery if you continue to read all of the curses and things of that nature. Because it's a big thing that Israel it went into slavery because of what it was said. So a lot of things now, like you got a nigga like Kanye West saying it was a choice. No, the choice. Hey, if we had the choice, we wouldn't go into slavery. This nigga's ill. This nigga's on. Hey, that sunken place sunk him. So it is not a choice. We know that, right? So let me go to Hosea. This is Hosea chapter 8 and 13. It says, "They sacrifice flesh for the sacrifices of mine offering and eat it. But the Lord accepted them not. Now, when he remembered their iniquity and visited their sins, they shall return to Egypt." Right? Basically we return in a state that into Egypt, in which the time that we're in now, it's still working, no leisure, no time to read. A lot of times, you got to make extra money just to make a little of nothing, just so you can have a extra extra of something, just a little bit of something, because there's so much we're in slavery, we don't realize that we're in this tight strait, which east of this double strait that we're in. We're so used to it. It's comfortable in this place. Verse 14, "For Israel has forgotten his maker." Right? Only elect is going to call on Yahweh Shimon Shai, and the Most High made us remember him, and builded temples in Judah, and builded temples, and Judah had multiplied fenced cities, but I will send a fire. So Judah got everything they was prospering, but the Most High said He gonna take it down. He said, I will send a fire upon His cities, and it shall devour. It shall devour the places thereof. Right. So, hey, the Most High said He's gonna destroy those places. So let me go to because we're dealing with and the time we're in. Hey, how Shai said he gonna have to return. He's gonna have to get it all straight. But these days are not good days. These days are not for us to be chilling and waiting for, the next party or anything like that. Because the time is short and is at hand and it's close. This is Micah 2:10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction." So being in America is a destruction to the Israelite man, woman, and child. This is not made for us. This is not the time that we have a time to not turn ourselves back to our Lord, because look, this devil is coming with his horns. The destruction is coming and it's imminent. Through the words of Yahweh Shema Shai. Continually tell you in the scriptures that look, you're gonna go into slavery. But he also said, hey, he didn't sell us to the nation for our destruction either. But this is the biggest lesson we're gonna learn. So because we came through with slave ships where it was, we was cargoed up together, side by side, close, fed things we have never eaten before, people never eaten before, rats on the boat, diseases all on that boat, excrements falling on each other. It was hell. The Most High did a number on us coming over there. Then He continued to do a number on us with the curses that was still on us. We was trapped in it, but the beautiful thing of everything what Yahweh Shema Shai said and did, he always said He was going to do what He's going to do. We believe that, man. So he said He's going to get us out of this. But when He get us out, it's going to be in style, beautiful, show of power from Yahweh Shema Shai. So let's go here to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah, because Yahweh Shema Shai, He promised that we was gonna get out of here, but the way He's gonna do it, it's gonna be great. He love the drama we gonna see is gonna always be talked about, man. Let's see. This is Isaiah 11, and I'm gonna go to 14. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west. They shall spoil them of the east together, and they shall lay their hands upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. Right? Say, if the Philistines, they could be synonymous with these devils, man, because the Egyptians are part of the Philistines. The Mizraimites. Okay. So the verse and said, but it's give you a saying, and their hand and Edom, and upon Edom and Moab and the children, and said they shall lay their hands upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. Verse 15, and the Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptians at the Egyptian sea, and with His mighty wind shall He shake His hand over the rivers, and shall smite it in 7 streams, and make men go over the dry side. But this is another one. Check this out. And there shall be a highway for the remnant of His people, which shall be left from Assyria, like as was to Israel in the day that he came up out of the land of Egypt. So if there's a highway that's going to be left, that's some chariots, man, because it says like in the day that came. So this haven't happened. So it's like it says like as it was like as it was to Israel in the day that he came up out of the land of Egypt. So when Israel left the land of Egypt, they went through the Red Sea. when they parted through the Red Sea, that was the highway there. But he said that's going to be a highway, another highway, which means basically the Most High is going to going to take us out of this atmosphere. That's the highway. Hey man, this is beautiful. So that's what them chariots is going to do, man. Yeah. So that's the beauty in Yahweh Shema Shai. This is Psalms 91 and 1. It says, "He that dwelleth in his secret places of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress and my power. I would trust in Him. I would trust. So like I would trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the noise, from the snare and of the fowler, and from the noiseless pestilence." Kind. That's those nuclear missiles. Right? And it says, let me read it from the top again. "He that dwelleth in the secret places of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." So the secret places is at that time is going to be those chariots. Those going to be the secret places. So the Most High is going to have us pull us from the earth and pull us out of the atmosphere. And he said, "I would say of the Lord, He is my refuge," because that's where we're going to have our refuge, our safe haven at. Because this earth is going to be too high, and on top of that, it's going to be great earthquakes. It's going to be shaking, and the destruction on the first waves of those nuclear missiles. It says, "In my fortress," right? Because He is our fortress, man. It says, "My power, in Him will I trust. And surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilences," right? "And He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings, that thou trust His truth shall be thy shield and buckler," right? Because once the thing that's going to happen is going to be great in Yahweh Shema Shai in that time. He's going to pull us out of the time. He's going to pull us out of his atmosphere, and you're going to know. You're going to be afraid too, but you're going to know that Yahweh Shema Shai is real. Even though the elect is going to know anyway, but you're going to be terrified being on those ships, man. Like, whoa, what is this going to be something different? Going to be seeing the angels and etc., man. So, in them noise of pestilence, man, those are the nuclear missiles that's going to waste this land, right? So, let me go to Isaiah chapter 10, verse 25. Isaiah 10 and 25. This Isaiah 10 and 25, it says, "For yet a very little while, and the indignation shall cease, and my anger and mine anger in their destruction." Right, God. So in a little while, Yahweh Shema Shai said, the indignation shall cease. So the time that we're gonna go through, we're gonna have to go through that destruction and see all the calamity and all see the fighting, the war. You see Esau on his planes trying to battle the angels, getting knocked on their ass, and you see all the things. But that's because the Most High anger is going to be shown. So we're going to have to destroy it. It's going to be destruction of climactic events, man. It's going to be super climactic. This is something that has never been seen on earth before. This is the great ending of that movie, that Yahweh Shema Shai has said it was going to happen. The destruction of that place, of America. And that's the main thing about it. Right? Let me go to 1 Corinthians. Because this is what's going to happen when we go into those chariots. Because we can't just walk into those chariots, but we going out in style, brothers. We going in this chariot in style, and we're going to go into the heavens and be out of that nuclear destruction, that heat. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. 1 Corinthians 15:51, it said, behold, Paul speaking, this is, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be all changed. All be changed. Verse 52, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, the trumpet shall sound, and the dead in Yahweh shall, and the dead shall be Shalakia, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. Right? Because in the time that's gonna come, it says, in the twinkling of an eye. So we're gonna have to shed these bodies. We're gonna have to come out of these bodies and to enter into those chariots, man. That's what I mean. We're gonna go out in style. We're going to go into them chariots in style. We're going to have our superhuman bodies, man. Hey, this is from slave ships to spaceships, man. For the time that Yahweh Shema Shah has been promising, man, you got to understand that promise is real. We got to believe it. And, brothers, it's close. Let me read that again. Behold, I will show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep. No, we shall not all die. Some of them going to die for being martyrs for the name of Yahweh Shah. It says, but we shall all be changed. So in that time, the elect is going to be changed in that time, in that day. Immediately. You got some brothers that's going to be sleeping before that, going to get pulled out their graves. We got brothers like Abba Bivens, you got King Mashar, etc. Etc. That's the Most High is gonna make them bring them out of the sleep that they're in. And the martyrs and before that, and the ones that believed in the name of Yahweh Shimon Shah, man, that name is something, man. Let's say in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead in Yahweh Shah shall rise. Shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed, right? For this corruptible must put on incorruptible corruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So we're gonna be, Lord willing, we're gonna be immortal in those days, live forever, But to enter those chariots, we're gonna have to, in that day when the destruction comes, we're gonna have to be changed through the Spirit. The Spirit of the Lord has going to have to shed these bodies off of us, you know what I mean, and put us on all those spiritual superhuman bodies, those extraterrestrial bodies, to enter into those ships. Because this is a different atmosphere, So the destruction, that's how it's gonna come. It's gonna all go down in a beautiful event. So we ain't got nothing to worry about. We just got to be patient for the name of Yahweh Shimon Shah. It's only patience, man. Patience. We've been through this long. You got guys that's leaving the work because they don't want to do the work. Spirit, letting the spirits get on them, and let them fall out of this truth. It's only one way to do this, man. And just do it. If you weak, you got brothers that'll help you. But you always gotta stay in the spirit and pray and fast, man. This is and this was Yahweh Shemel. Yeah, the thing that the chariot that we're in, and this is what's going to destroy this place. This is Zechariah 5:3. I'm gonna go to 5:1. I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying robe. It says, Salakia. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I said, I see a flying robe. The length of it is 20 cubits, and the breadth of it is 10 cubits. Now this is talking about a chariot. It says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. So that's what you see when you see the movie War of the Worlds. They depict the chariots coming from out of the ground, which is fallacy, but they're coming out of the space, because when they see Yahweh Shah, they're gonna go bonkers, man. They're gonna go bonkers, man. When they see that, and it's gonna be so amazing. They gonna be afraid, but they gonna all turn and try to fight. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shah gonna put a spirit on them and come and fight. Like, come on. Why they try to get away? So the time is near, my brothers. You know, the time is near. You know, and this is the curse that's gonna go over the fourth of the whole earth, and that's gonna be, it's gonna that's when we're gonna subdue these devils, man, and show them that they show them what they already know, that our power, Yahweh Shema Shah is our power, the one they call ignorantly called Jesus Christ, you know, which we call Yahweh Shah in the Hebrew. And he's coming to save his brothers, the elect, the election at this moment. You know, this is Wisdom of Solomon. I'm ended on this. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. And when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for." Right. So they didn't expect this thing to come and see the men hop on the get pulled up and beamed up. The guy that you thought was the guys you call bums, or this wasn't true. Talking about the knowledge of the that we're Israelites, and 2/3 is going to be mesmerized, and in other nations they say, and the guy that you looked at and laughed at and made made hella fun of, he's going to be the one that's going to be put on the chariots. Or the guy that you didn't expect, you thought he was just a nigger, or you just thought he was nothing. He didn't have no money. He didn't have no FRNs. You know, so that's really it. You know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, hey, we're gonna go out. We gonna go out in style. We came over here in slave ships. We're gonna leave on the spaceships, bro. You know, Most High ain't playing, man. So with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai by Hashem Kakadash. Peace, salutation, you brother doing the work of sincerity and truth. Hey, we're close to the end. And shalom.